EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started, and off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. A good return as he takes it across the 30. On play action, here's Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And now it's fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They put Smythe in motion. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Here's 2nd and 6. A play fake. Now Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 17 yards on that play. First down, Chicago.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That's going to be taken in by Durham Smythe. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. Throwing again, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down. They try to throw again. Here's Williams. in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive line and like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
On fourth down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Montez Sweat there on the tackle. Now a second down throw for Prescott. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. Well, and remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. The Cowboys offense ready to take over once again. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. First down at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Dak. It's caught. Mingo with the grab. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Prescott now. Well, he's brought down. That's going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They run over center with Williams. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 4th down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. That one's on target, and it is good! From the other side of midfield, one of the longest field goals in NFL history. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
On third down, it's Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Swift. He'll manage only a couple. Maris Leofow there on the stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams, and that is incomplete. Here's Torrey Taylor now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. In motion, Lamb. They look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw and brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Swift gets it from the pistol. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll let one go down the middle. And the Cowboys will take over possession here at the 44. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, if you're going to run the ball in the middle of this defensive line, you better block the big man in the middle, Mike. What a great job not only defeating his blocks, but being able to penetrate enough to take the ball carrier down for a loss. That is a great play by the big man inside.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a toss, left side, it's Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get
just trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike. But the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
Here's Williams now to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. 1st and 10. Dak to throw. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Dak gonna work it to Lamb on the RPO. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. They'll throw again. Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To the air again. Prescott. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Duvernay on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Williams. The pass rush gets home and he goes down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds, but the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Third and long. Here's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Cowboys offense ready to take over possession of the football. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's 1st and 10. Play fake. Prescott. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. He runs with it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
There he goes again. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Second down, Prescott. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Jonathan Mingo, the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
On 3rd down, Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will open up a 13-0 lead. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. Throwing is Williams. That's into the hands of Zacchaeus. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They will run it over center with Swift. The ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the ball. And here we have another missed opportunity for an offense that have already had a handful of them throughout this game. And let's be honest, Mike, you just can't afford to overthrow a man that's that open, especially when you're trying to overcome a double-digit deficit in the NFL.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Now Prescott. Pass brought in by Ferguson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Unfortunately, Mike, over my career, I've been in this guy's shoes plenty of times, probably more than I wish to admit. You take your eyes off the ball. You think about becoming a runner before securing the catch, and when you do that, you end up watching the ball fall to the ground.
That's into the hands of Mingo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A huge play for Dallas. 33 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 for 2nd and goal. To throw is Dak. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good. The Cowboys add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start on the ground with Swift. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll go again with Swift. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. Here's Swift. He'll work forward for a couple. Maris Leofau, there on the stop. Second down and 8. Off play action. Here's Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Give up the middle with Swift. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
It's Williams. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. This from 45 yards away. Santos's kick is good. And the Bears are on the board just before halftime.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here.
And he will go all the way. Jonathan Mingo. Touchdown, Dallas. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Into space at the 45. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary.
To the goal line and in. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Bears. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. The Cowboys offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Prescott now. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it could be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right, this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. A run here with Swift. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it'll on 3rd down, where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down. Another run here, another run by Swift. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on third down, and give yourself a chance.
He'll try to run for it. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are back within 2 scores. Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Now a return coming from the 14. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Play action now. Prescott. That's down the field for Lamb. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
Pass completed right side to Ferguson. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Cowboys. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A quick slant taken by Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll throw again, Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Again, Prescott to the air. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. To the air again. Prescott. And that is Caught in the end zone. He's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustment he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. They'll run. It's Swift. They need 8 as they come up for third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in second and long.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Good work there to get this back close to a first down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Williams. That's complete. It's Odunze. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
He'll get this out wide. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. He'll get this underneath to Swift. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They put Smythe in motion. On the ground, it's Swift. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll go. It's Swift. And he's going to have the Bears' 1st down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down. Williams. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. That his second touchdown tonight.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Short kick taken at the 17. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down, a pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. In the middle of the field, it's taken by CeeDee Lamb. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
There's Ferguson, the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. It's caught. Mingo with the grab. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Prescott now. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to be set up. First and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
He's got it at the 3. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And this time he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Now Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Williams to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. Number 14 with a pickup of 14 and a first down.
And I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Throwing again, Williams. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Try to throw again. Here's Williams. That one on target to Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's carry number 1 for Roschon Johnson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 6. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. The Cowboys offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And this one's not going to help the cause. He is going backwards. Tackled back at the 8. They'll go again with Williams. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Got a man, that's Tolbert. And he's taken down up past the 35.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Now it's Williams. And a good job following his blockers of 7. It'll be second down. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.